All right, how y'all doing tonight? This is Yusuf Chowdhury, a digital marketing coach here in San Antonio, Texas. I just go about all the marketing stuff, so I can help you. All right, I'm just going to put it this way. Okay, so let's go ahead, get a few minutes, and let's check it out and see what's going on. All right, so if you did not get a chance to check the part 1 from yesterday, we talked about this yesterday. Hey Ray, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Good to see you. Thank you. Photofish, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Mocha Mob, how are you? I am Shani. Thank you for joining. Hey Frosty, what's going on? Thank you for joining. How is the connection? Is the connection okay? I noticed there was a little bit of lag going on. Okay, awesome. All right. So, did anybody watch the Periscope on the Robot.txt file yesterday? If you did, press number 1. If you didn't, press number 2. Elegantly yours. How are you? All right, only 1. We got a lot of 2s. Okay, Gluten Girl, thank you for joining. Hey Dana, how are you? Thank you for joining me tonight. Appreciate it. All right, it looks like Frosty, looks like most of the folks right here did not come yesterday to check the what is Robot.txt. Hey Lisa, how are you? Thank you for joining. So I'm going to do a quick recap. It's going to be hopefully short, I hope. Okay, no, it's all good. So if you missed it, just to let you know, I'm cross-eyed from watching the Google Master replay on Blab. Oh man, no problem. We can probably repeat that, okay? So the reason I did the scope yesterday because Erica was asking about this question on how to block certain links, so that's why I decided to quickly make a quick video on the Robot.txt file. So let's go ahead and define it one more time because I want you all to understand it first before I go and talk about the details. Is that fair enough? So let's see so if you missed the presentation from yesterday, just go to catch.me/yusufchowdhury, okay, and it's right here. But let's go ahead and do a quick recap. Here we go. Okay. All right, Kyle, thank you for joining. So what is Robot.txt file? Just by its definition, it's a special file where you actually put some sort of instruction to tell the search engine like Google, Yahoo, Bing, or any search engine out there on how to behave or what to crawl when it goes through your website. So I hope that part makes sense, okay? And how do you accomplish this? You will accomplish this by uploading a notepad file with those instructions. Hey Terry, good to see you. With those instructions to your web server or to your web hosting. So if you want to repeat this one more time, so Robot.txt file, it's a special file which is actually a notepad file. You all have a notepad file on your machine. Hey Terry, good to see you. And you basically put some sort of instructions, some sort of command instructions, and these instructions will tell the search engine what they need to do. Like for instance, you want to block certain pages. You don't want certain pages to be indexed. You don't want certain pages to show up on the, on the front page of Google or Yahoo or Bing. Does that make sense? Once you write those code, you have to upload it to your web hosting service. Does that make sense? So press number 1 if that makes sense, and press number 2 if it doesn't. So, Murgis Law Firm, thank you for joining. Good to see you. I have chocolate. That sounds complicated. Okay, let me uncomplicate it one more time for you, Ray. So, again, it's a file. That basically means you open any a notepad file like that, like notepad, and we're going to go further. You're going to put some sort of command, some sort of instruction. Okay, you put an instruction, and to do what? To tell the search engine, like to tell Google, to tell Yahoo, to tell Bing, hey, there are some pages in my website that I don't want it to be searched. I don't want anybody to find it. Does that make sense so far? Right. Does that make sense? Yes or no? So let's get, okay, so there you go. So it's a file. It's a note. It's a very simple notepad file. You open up, you put some instruction. I'm going to show the instruction in a few minutes. You put those instruction to tell the search engine, okay, I have, I don't know, 50 pages. Some of them are duplicates. Some of them, I don't want the Google bots. I know you're a visual learner, okay? I don't want to tell the Google bots to index certain pages, because let's say you sell a membership, you have a membership service, or you have an ebook, you're selling it through PayPal. You got to make sure that that information doesn't show up. Like if somebody search for your information for your ebook, it doesn't show up searchable. Otherwise, they're going to download it for free. Okay. So that's the first thing. So that is the purpose of this file, is to instruct. Okay, it is to instruct the search engine on how it can crawl. Because you know how the internet works. We have this software called search bots or spider that crawls the website. Okay. Thank you, Terry. Crawl the website. So the cool thing about this is that the crawler can do anything. It can just go to your website and crawl everything, like content, pick everything, okay? But this tool, this file, you can tell the search what it needs to index for the search result page or not, okay? And how do you do that? By setting up those commands in that file and uploading it to your web hosting service provider. Does that make sense? By definition, does that make sense? If it makes sense, we can move forward. If it doesn't, we'll repeat it until somebody gets it. Okay. Does that make sense? Press number 1. If it doesn't make any sense, press number 2. All right? If it doesn't make any sense, I'll promise you I'll repeat it until you get it. There you go. Morgie said 1. Terry said 1. Myers said 1. Excellent. Anybody else? Don't feel shy. It's okay if it doesn't make any sense. Okay? We'll repeat it. All right. Excellent. Now, why it's important? I'll make my hair. Okay? Now, why it's important? First of all, you want to write this thing one down. First of all, it is highly recommended, especially from the Google's webmaster guideline, that even if you don't put it by default, a lot of web developers will put that for you. So the Google Webmaster tool highly recommends that you should actually set up the Robot.txt file. Now the cool thing about the WordPress, when you install WordPress by default, it comes with the default file that will prevent the search engine from indexing the login of your WordPress website, which is cool. Okay. Secondly, as I mentioned, if there are certain pages you do not want the search bot to index, like duplicate pages, or a page that you don't want the search engine to index it. For instance, the contact page, there is nothing there except the form. There's no value. Why should you index it? Does that make sense? So those are some of the reasons. Now, let me give you another example why this is important. I'm going to show you some example real quick right now. Let me flip the screen. Okay. So let's look at this example right here. All right. So right now we're looking at this company called Rackspace. Okay. Y'all seeing this options, right? These are all indexed by Google organically, right? Y'all seeing this? I am Shawnee. Thank you for joining again. Y'all seeing this stuff right here? Press number 1 if you do. Press number 2 if you don't. Excellent. Now, can somebody tell me what is the problem? What is the issue with this? This is a managed hosting, cloud hosting company. They provide services for companies. So if you don't want to manage your own server, they'll do it for you. Or if you need some sort of cloud, server hosting services, they'll help you with that. But can somebody tell me what is the problem with this? Like if you just look at it, I mean, you as a user, you're looking for a specific company that provides, let's say, cloud services or managed services, right? Okay, there you go. First of all, it's too many. Excellent. Secondly, it's redundant. This is repetitive. I mean, Rackspace email hosting, why is it repeated twice? What's the point of that? Does that make sense? Racker Talent, they call themselves Racker. Anybody that works for Rackspace, they call themselves Racker. What does that got to do with me as a customer? Does that make sense? If I'm looking for the services, What does that do to me? Australia English, what the heck is that? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, Rackspace Cloud, they actually provide, I think they provide 3 or 4 kind of services, not just cloud. And the control panel, this is where you log in to the control panel. So if you are a new prospect, you're searching for a company that you're looking for that kind of services, this is irrelevant, right? Does that make sense? These are all irrelevant, and it's a waste of space, waste of resources. Does that make sense, folks? Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Right? Does that make sense right now? So that basically means they have not done the proper Robot.txt file. They could have told the search engine, you know what? We don't want you to show this. Show us the services. Show us the testimonial. Show us the contact us. What makes Google give the subpages links for a website? Well, there are many reasons. I mean, it could be content, it could be organic. There's so many reasons it will show it to you. That's why you need to set up the Robot.txt file to tell Google, hey, I don't want you to show this. I want you to show something else. And for that, of course, you have to use the Google Webmaster Tool. But do you guys get the idea what I'm trying to do here? Does that make sense? This is just one part. This is just one reason of why using the Robot.txt file. Now, let me show you the correct way of doing this, right? So let me show you this one of my awesome business associate here from San Antonio, Texas, Corey Ashton, the owner of Webtegrity. Okay, it's a web design company here in San Antonio. Look at how she did it. Yes, absolutely, you can do that, Big Mike, through the Webmaster Tool. Once you find the issues, you can go to the Robot.txt file, block them, and you can go to the Webmaster Tool and basically demote those links. Now look at this example, right? Look at this. What do you think? What do you think about this? You have the services that I need. You have, I want to contact the company, maybe more resources. I want to know more about their team. Oh, they offer online classes or local classes. You can also hire their developers or whatnot. You see the difference between this one and this one. Okay, this is if I'm going to hire a web developer, right? I can contact them from here. I can check the services already. I can also see, oh, they provide also classes as a service. There you go. It's very orderly and very simple and very well organized. That's a lot better. Yes, Big Mike. Does that make sense? Index can do a lot of things. Yes, index can do a lot of things. So if it automatically can do a lot of things. So once you find something like this, then you can go back, set up a Robot.txt file, upload to the server, then use the Google Webmaster Tool to demote some of these links and make sure something else shows up. Okay? So that's one reason. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. So that's one of the reasons and the benefit of having a proper Robot.txt file. The second reason, let's say you are selling a digital product, right? You're selling a digital product. Somebody comes to your website and they pay us, let's say, $80 and $90, and they get a thank you for buying. Here's the page, and here's how you download this ebook. Guess what? If you don't block it, that means if somebody type the name of that ebook, that whole link can show up in the search, and they can download it without paying you. Does that make sense? So for that, you have to do something we call no indexing. Hey, Cynthia, how are you? Do not index the page, and there is a feature in WordPress through yours to do that. Then block it through, hey Kim, thank you for joining. Block it through the Robot.txt file and get a membership service like, Optimize Press, Wishlist, Kajabi, ZP Course, because all those services are closed. That means in order for the information to be shown publicly, somebody has to log in. Does that make sense? So those are the area. Now how can we type, or what are those instructions? So I'm going to show you some examples of some of these instructions. So let me show you. So there you go. The first thing, let's understand a few things, and I want you to write it down, okay? Okay? So I want you to understand this. So what does user agent mean? Can somebody tell me, I know Frosty was here yesterday, what does user agent mean? Yes, by default you have this because you will block the search engine to index that page. Okay? So what does user agent mean? does it mean? Okay, so user agent basically means what? Your browsers. Okay? User agent means your browsers. You know, like your Chrome, your Firefox, that's what it means. So the browser is the one that helps you to navigate what? The web. That's how it's called, user agent. So the browser is your agent because it helps you to browse the internet, to browse the web. I know, but this is not just Google. This is just, in general, that's just a web thing. It has nothing got to do with Google. Like every search engine follows this, okay? So when you put asterisk, right? When you put asterisk, that basically means you are telling the search bot, whether it's Bing, Yahoo, or Google, or Ask, that, hey, the website is searchable in all kinds of browsers. It's a wildcard, yeah, but it also means that every browser, all kinds of browser out there, like, you know, Firefox, Safari, Opera, Explorer, are able to search on the desktop, laptop, and mobile device. That's what it means. So it's telling the search engine, whoever's using the internet through the web is searchable, okay? So that's what it means. So your browsers, and the asterisk means it will be searchable on all the devices through all the popular browsers out there. Does that make sense? Press number 1 if that makes sense. Number 1, please. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, now, so some examples. Disallow, that basically means do not index the WP admin page, because why you want to index that? There's no purpose. Disallow WP content, that means the content within, like the theme, some different files, or tags. These are some examples. Now, if you want to do no index, for instance, do not index the privacy page, because most of the privacy page are similar. What I mean by that, the content in the privacy page is like million websites out there. So if you don't want to get penalized for duplication, you can say do not index it because there's not value there for your customer. If you think there's no value, you can use that. Some people do not index the contact page if they don't have any information on the contact page. Just a form, and there's no point of indexing that. And do not index the robot.txt file. And let's say some even do not index the whole sitemap, because the whole sitemap basically will make the search engine crawl every single link on your site. So this is just an example. Now, what we need to learn is this. But we need to learn how to create this file. So you basically type user-agent : asterisk. Just make sure that when you type disallow, right, the disallow, it is exactly similar, okay, disallow, it is exactly similar to allow. There's no different. So disallow and allow are the same. And what does it mean? Disallow, hey, how are you, Jessica? So disallow basically means what? It means you're telling the search engine, you know what? Freaking, index everything. That's what it means. Index pictures, everything, tags, categories, all this stuff. So you don't want to, you never want to use that, because there's some pages you have to actually block it. Now, this one is dangerous. You don't want to just leave this one like that, because this one tells the Google, the search engine bot, Google, Bing, or Yahoo, that you don't want the website to be searched or indexed at all. Okay, you're basically blocking the search engine to come and read and index your web pages. You don't want to use that. What you want to use is something like how we showed you previously, like this. I don't want the WP admin access to be indexed, right? So as an example, I'm giving an example. Let's say the gallery page, you don't want to index that. That's how you write it. Contact page, that's how you write it. Does that make sense? Now here's another example. But Yusuf, I have so many galleries in the gallery page, so many folders, but one of them I don't want it to be disallowed. So what you do? This is what you write. You're gonna tell the search engine, do not index the gallery page, but guess what? Allow one folder or one file. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. So here's another option. Let me know if this makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll repeat it. If it makes sense, press number 1. If it doesn't make any sense, number 2. Okay? Okay, only one. Big Mike, that's it. Big Mike. Because Big Mike knows. Came as well. Awesome. Awesome, 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 possum. Okay. Now, how to do no index without the coding, without the robot.txt file. If you have a WordPress website and you install Yoast plugin. Let me show you how to do that quickly. Okay. Let me show you quickly. Be patient, folks, patient. So let's say in one of the pages, if I want to block or no index certain pages, let's say as an example, I'm going to click on About. All right. I'm going to go click on About. When I scroll down, when I scroll down, okay. Excuse me, scroll down. Right here where it says Advanced. There you go. See? Where it says Advanced. Here you can select no index for that page. Okay? There you go. That's how you can tell the Google bot or Yahoo bot or Bing bot, hey, I don't want you to index this particular page. All right? So there you go, folks. There is a benefit of having a robot.txt file, and make sure you have to go back to your Google Webmaster Tool to do what we talked about in the beginning. Okay, so it's a little bit technical, I know, but it's really important because thank you so much. I hope it makes sense right now. Okay, so I know it's a little bit technical, but guess what? A lot of people don't do this, which is kind of sad. Okay, but if you know how to do it, you can actually tell the search engine how to look at your site. So for instance, you have 100 pages, maybe 20 of them has no good value, you can block them. Okay, there's no point of showing something that doesn't make any sense. Does that make sense? All right, so there you go, folks. That's it. We are done. I hope if you did not understand this, please go back, watch the replay again. If you have any question, send me a Twitter message. Yes, you put it on the root because there is a certain file. Let me show you. Because when you go back to your web server, Mike, there's a folder that says robot.txt file already. You can click on it, and from there you can update it. Yes. Oh, okay. Any more questions? Any more questions? Let me show you Mike real quick. Mike asked this question where to put it. Let me ask you. Let me show you real quick.
Welcome back.
Let's see. Can I do this if mouse it is not? Yes, you can. Absolutely you can. But yeah, it's technical. You have to use. Let me show you real quick. Here we go. You see that? You have to use an FTP client to connect with your server, right? To connect with your server. Okay. I'm gonna just move it forward. We're gonna show Mike exactly what is supposed to go. It should be right here, Mike. See that? What it says public. Okay. Then after that, look for. It should be a file there. There you go. You see that? So when you go to public.html, there is a notepad file that says robot.txt, and you basically move that file right here. That's it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You see, it's technical. So if you're scared, you don't know how to do it, you know, just talk to me, and I'll charge you $1 million. Yes, typically, if you have a WordPress website, Mike, then it's going to say -wp admin. But if you have like a Joomla or Magenta, see what's there. And do a search for Joomla. Okay, then do a search for your website and see how it shows up in Google. Then figure out which pages you want Google to show you on, like how we showed in Rackspace and Webtegrity. Then use the Google Webmaster Tool to demote some of those links that you don't want it to show up. You see, right? You're like, yes, there you go. So, yes. I hope this was beneficial for you. Okay? It's not that hard. Once you do it, it's not hard. But again, if you don't know how to do it, you're scared, I'm your man, okay? Yusufied, yes indeed. Yeah, $1 million. Yes indeed, yes. Yes indeed. Indeed. You're welcome, Big Mike. You're welcome. Should I disallow JavaScript? Excellent question, Frosty. No, we used to do that before, but right now, believe it or not, Google is telling us we have to actually allow them. We have to allow the search bot to actually crawl the JavaScript and the CSS files, believe it or not. In fact, Frosty, if you have your website configured in the Webmaster Tool or the Google Search Console, go to the messages and see if there's any message that talks about the JavaScript and the CSS. Because if they're telling you they cannot crawl it, you got to allow it. Okay? I don't know why they did this, but this was something very recent. Very recent. A lot of websites got this message through the Webmaster Tool. Okay? Yeah, just do it. Allow it. Do not disallow it. Actually, allow it to make sure that it can read it. Then do another submission, right? Do a fetch as Google, or do a sitemap submission one more time, and see if you get the same error again. If you don't, then you did it right. Then you're good to go. Okay. All right, folks. Any more question about? So we're done with the scope. So if you missed it, please go back to the replay. You can replay from your Periscope, but I still advise you to go to catch.me/yusufchowdhury. It's much easier to forward and rewind there, and you can also share it in Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, and Facebook, and you can also embed this video on your website if you want to blog about it. If you want to blog about what you learned, you're more than welcome to take the copy and embed it on your website. Thank you for sharing, Morgis Law Firm. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's always good to see familiar faces. Mokamab, thank you. Okay. And so if you all have any question, I'm available for another 10 minutes. Okay. Yoga. That was a good scope, by the way. It was so much fun to exercise on the wall. Okay. So good to see you. I'm actually done with the scope. So right now it's a Q&A. So if you have any question about the Robot.txt file, about SEO, about WordPress, online marketing, Bobby, you missed it, brother. Please go ahead and ask. Good night, Mike. Thank you for joining. Yeah, you can just watch the replay. Okay, you can watch the replay. Bobby, how do I do it with the non-press website? Well, just like I showed in the video, you have to go to the FTP. You have to use the FTP client like FileZilla and connect it with your server and go to the public HTML, find that file, and just upload and see what's in the file already, then upload with those instructions. Now, you have to be very careful, because if you use the incorrect command, you can actually mess up your website. So if you don't feel comfortable, send me a direct message in Twitter, then maybe we can help you out, okay? We can maybe give you some instruction or give you some guideline. All right? If you're not experienced, folks, don't do it. FireFTP is great. I use FileZilla, and also CuteFTP. All right? I mean, I'm here to educate you and tell you how it's done, which is great. But if you're not experienced, my advice is don't do it. If you do it on a test website. If you have a website that you don't use it for your business, test it right there. Didn't I hear in a replay of yours that you were working on an e-course of some kind? Bobby, I am. But right now, because of November and December, it's the end of the year. So we have a lot of training going on with our team and a lot of clients, to catch up. So that's kind of holding me busy. But I'm actually in the process. I have the membership. I'm putting the videos together. So be patient, my friend, because it's going to be a lot of stuff. Not just SEO. I'm trying to put a course in general on the whole digital marketing. Like, for a beginner, how to start from scratch, where they need to start, where they need to go, step by step. But in these videos, I'm also putting actual tutorial, because in Periscope, I'm just giving you information. But in my e-course or the online membership course, you're going to have hands-on. I'm going to show you step by step how to do things, and I'm going to do my best to simplify it so anybody who's an average can actually follow through step by step. How much it will cost? $1 million! I haven't decided about the cost, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do before I launch it, I'm going to ask the audience. I'm going to show them all the values that it's going to come with it. And then I'm going to ask the audience what do they think is fair for them. Okay, that's something that I think nobody else did it, but I'm going to give it a shot and try it and go from there. Because the idea, it's going to be a monthly membership, not just a one-time payment. Why? Because everything on the internet changes almost every 2-3 months. So if there's a new change, I'm going to provide that new change. I'm going to make a video on that new change. Does that make sense? Free is fair, right? So does that make sense? And I'm going to share all the new stuff. We're going to have like a private group for people that, doing the work and need some help. We can help them. So it's not just a place you're going to learn and not get help, but we're going to help you, guide you. If you made a mistake, we'll fix that for you and so forth. So it's not just going to be another course just you can learn and quit. Does that make sense? It's going to be an ongoing process. That's why it has to be a monthly membership plan, and we can do like a monthly webinar with all the members for like, several hours, bring everybody in, ask questions, see anybody needs help, okay? Just trying to make sure that it's extremely simplified. So it's going to be the whole digital marketing, okay? For anybody to learn, for beginners, for startup, and for agencies. There are so many advertising agencies, believe it or not, don't have a clue how to do online marketing, So I was thinking like, let me put some sort of value that's going to be consistent. So anytime there's a new change, we'll talk about it. So it's not going to be something outdated. You see, that's the problem with these so-called programs out there that they sell you for thousands of dollars. I'm like, why would you pay, $1,000 or $2,000 when within 3 months it's going to change? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. What kind of investment is that, right? But if you pay it monthly, again, so it's going to be affordable, but you're gonna, and this is not for everyone. This is only for those that are serious. Does that make sense? Because not everyone's gonna spend time learning, especially when they're running the business. It's only for people that extremely interested, want to learn step by step and apply it and see a result. I actually wrote 2 ebooks already. I just have to submit them, all right? And I'm in the process to write more, okay? But again, right now, my clients is the priority #1. That's why. So, and I just work less. I don't work a lot. I could have actually spent the whole day do this, but you know how I am, man. Sometimes I'm very lazy. Almost cases. All right. Thank you for the hearts, everyone. I really appreciate it. Henry, what's going on, brother? He's my homie, Henry. So if you enjoyed this scope, please go to press number 11. Share it in Twitter. Share it in Facebook. And if you have any question about online marketing, what you need to do when you go to Twitter, just use this hashtag so I can look up for you and see what kind of question do you have. Just go ahead and use this hashtag right there, okay? So if you have any question by tweeting it, just ask the question and use the hashtag Ask Optimization Guy, okay? And I'll look up for those questions and I'll answer them for you through scoping, okay? So there you go. Starting next week, I'm going to be doing a lot of workshop as usual. We do that every month. So thank you, Kim. Thank you, everyone, for staying with me. It looks like there are no more questions. So if you missed any of my scope, go back to catch.me/yusufchowdhury and watch the scopes. And if you have any question, always feel free to ask me anytime, anywhere. If I did not respond to you quickly, be patient. I will respond whenever I get a chance. That is one long hashtag. You know what? It is, Bobby, but guess what? Nobody else has it. It's unique because I tried to find different one. If I use Ask Yusuf, guess what? There's so many Ask Yusuf, so it's going to be confusing, okay? And I tried to use Ask OG, but it turned out like some of them like a gangster sign stuff, so I don't want to use that. So that's what's unique. Optimization Guy, believe it or not, that's my tagline. It came about through some of my clients when they were referring my services to their, business associate. They used to tell their friends, hey, you need to call this the Optimization Guy. So that's how I got that tagline. It was given to me by customers. Okay, something I didn't make it up. Natalie, thank you for joining. But guess what? I'm sorry, we are actually done with the scope. Gives it the gang leader, y'all. Right? So if you get a chance, Natalie, check the replay. But if you have any question about online marketing in general, social media or WordPress, feel free to ask right now. If you have any challenges with anything within your business, with outsourcing, anything, we are in a Q&A session mode right now. But the actual scope is complete, in case you're wondering. I just came to give hearts. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Those little colorful hearts. Hey, Natalie, did you like my mug? It was given to me by Sonia, another periscoper. Sent me this gift. It was interesting. I don't know. I look like a narcissist, but it's all good. Good night. I'm 2 hours behind on my bedtime, so have a good one. Thank you, Bobby. Take care, man. You have one too? Awesome. Let's see. Okay. Anything else, folks? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else, folks? Any questions? No? Okay. I guess we're all good. Thank you, everyone. Have an awesome night, and make sure whatever you learn, apply it. Do not waste it. Okay? And if you have any question, like I always mentioned before, just go to Twitter, ask me a question, use the hashtag AskOptimizationGuy. Okay? See you all tomorrow.